You know, there's something perversely joyful about cutting up money, even if it is fake. Today we're making spring bill bouquets. They store flat, they pop into giant balls of money. Everybody wants money. And yes, I am using fake bills today. I'll show you what it is. It's this clip of bills that springs out. I will show pictures of what each piece of it is. Then I will show a video of how to make it. I want you to know where we're going. I think it'll help you understand the whole trip. So first, each piece is a spring clip made from a tape measure of one bill. Just goes in, tapes in, they fold flat, they spring open. It's pretty simple. You start with cutting your tape measure into 3.5-inch segments, split it down the middle, leaving 1/4 of an inch connected at each end. Then you have to curl the tape measure. It doesn't want to curl, but with some convincing, you work it and work it. And eventually, when we put it together, we will simply tape together. It was originally a 1/2-inch end, and I was going to drill a hole in it, put a jump ring in it, and put the jump rings on a key ring. But I couldn't do that with my existing tools, so I cut it down to 1/4 inch and attached string. I zigzagged the string, putting a layer of tape in between each zig and zag. 12 of them tied together make one bundle. I have all of these cut, the strings and everything ready. I used upholstery thread. Again, it's 3.5 inches, regular like hardware shears should have no problem cutting this. Split it down the middle, leave 1/4 of an inch. Then you have to just really convince it. You work it a little bit, let go, work a little bit more, put it down, come back later, do it some more. It's kind of if you go too fast, you'll just kink it. And if you fold it in half, it will snap. So you've got to really be careful with it. I did this whole thing without cutting myself, so that's a good thing. So do be careful, though. This is fake money, motion picture purposes, in props we trust. I've used this on other projects. It's really good quality. What you can't see right here is a piece of tape. They call it invisible tape for a reason. Where the bill folds and goes into the crotch of the steel, I wanted to strengthen it, so I think the tape will help with that. This is where I've attached the upholstery thread. This one is on the 1/2 inch. I did cut them down to 1/4 inch after I did this. I zigzagged it back and forth, and in between each layer, I put a piece of tape to try and convince it to stay on. I'd like to find a better system, but my tools won't allow for drilling. It simply goes in, lays flat, and tapes in. It's surprisingly easy to make, and it's really a fun project. You see, you lay it, depending on the tape. I'm using regular Scotch tape, so I have to do 2 pieces side by side to cover the whole tape measure apart. I leave a 1/2 inch sticking off the end so I can fold it over onto the front of the bill to try and keep it all tight. It's kind of like making a little pocket for the tape measure to stay in. And it springs up rather well. You will need to periodically rebend them. There is maintenance on any prop, and this is definitely one. Do not store these closed. You store them open. If you clip it and store it, it will straighten too much. So you just attach tape to both sides. Everything I've read said you can leave it like this, and when the bouquet opens, you won't see any of the tape measure pieces because they all hide each other. And I did not find that to be true. I made the first one, and it was horrible looking. It was all yellow metal everywhere. So I've gone back and I've cut up extra bills to cover the tape. Now you can see some match, some do not. Some match pretty well, some don't match at all. One bill can make 8 pieces, so I can fix 4 bills with it. And as long as they're the same, it's money pattern and color in a bundle, you're not going to see it. This is never closely inspected anyway. But I covered all of them and just taped it on. And I think it'll be fine because, like I said, it opens up and it all just looks like money. As this is the worst one, and as bad as that looks, it's better than the yellow. So I think this will be good covering it like that. I was not happy with having it the yellow exposed. You take all the threads, kind of twist them into a single piece, and do a simple overhand knot. This gives you the freedom to adjust it until you're happy with the placement. Spring it open a few times, adjust the knot, then you tie it a good double knot. Cut the excess thread off when you're happy with it. Speaking of covering the bright colors, that red clip was all red and shiny steel, so I also covered it with paper, tied a thread to it, tied it to the knot bundle. This way when I unclip it, it stays attached. I don't lose it. I don't have a loose clip during the trick. If you turn it around, you can find the clip. You can expose the little bits of yellow that are there, but watch as it springs open. It's just a bundle of money. And yeah, you can open it up and there's all the yellow, there's the clip. But when it opens up, you really don't see it. This was just shockingly easy and so much fun. And I have a long blog post about it, so I'm about to give my standard instructions at the end, so have fun. For more detailed instructions and pictures, please visit the blog at FreeMagicFun.com. Keep practicing.